Cards Against Creatures, Round 9. After another 10-minute break to give Smolder some time to cool off, the 6 students once again all reconvened in their dorm room.
Are you okay?
Sandbar asked his dragon friend who was sitting across from him. Smolder let out a sigh before responding.
Yeah, I'm fine. I can't believe that I almost won 5 times in a row. I mean, what are even the odds of that happening? Well, statistically speaking, rhetorical, Ocellus.
The dragoness cut off her friend. After letting out another sigh, she sat up straight again and put on a more confident expression.
Well, I'm not out of this game yet. I'll just have to buckle down, try harder, and get some really good cards. And a lot of luck,
Gallus added. Smolder just shrugged her shoulders in response.
Well, luck is random, so it's not impossible, right? Random humor.
Silverstream suddenly blurted out, which caused a light round of laughter from the rest of the group, getting them all back in the mood for another round of Cards Against Equestria.
Well, even if you don't win, you're still having fun with all your friends, and that's what matters, right?
Sandbar offered.
Yeah, you're right,
Smolder responded with a light chuckle.
Alright then, let's get started.
Sandbar continued with a smile on his face, drawing the first black card out of the round.
As Princess Twilight said, the 6 elements of harmony are loyalty, kindness, honesty, laughter, generosity, and blank.
The other 5 students all quickly got to selecting their cards, with all of them showing a lot of enthusiasm for the first prompt of the round.
So basically, this card is gonna be Headmare Twilight's element, right?
Smolder wondered aloud. She then grinned to herself.
Then this should be a good round.
She now was completely back in the spirit of the game once again. Every creature selected their card in no time and passed them to Sandbar, who gave them a quick shuffle before drawing the first one out and reading it.
As Princess Twilight said, the 6 elements of harmony are loyalty, kindness, honesty, laughter, generosity, and going to bed at a reasonable hour.
There really wasn't much of a reaction, but no one decided to comment on the fact to just slow down the momentum or possibly even jinx the round. So, Sandbar decided to move on quickly.
As Princess Twilight said, the 6 elements of harmony are loyalty, kindness, honesty, laughter, generosity, and sexy.
The second card got the opposite reaction, eliciting a lot of laughter from the whole group.
That good,
Yona commented.
And true,
Sandbar added.
Well, there you have it, every creature,
Gallus said with a clap of his talons.
Sandbar straight.
Not entirely.
Ocellus cut in.
He could be bi, like me. Well then, I hope the two of you are very happy together.
Smolder cut in herself.
No, that's not what I...
Ocellus began instinctively, but then she suddenly widened her eyes, looked at Smolder, and then her eyes drooped halfway.
You're just fucking with me, aren't you?
She deadpanned.
And she finally gets it.
The dragoness announced in a faux excited tone.
It only took her 9 rounds.
Moving on,
Sandbar continued.
As Princess Twilight said, the 6 elements of harmony are loyalty, kindness, honesty, laughter, generosity, and taking off my glasses and becoming beautiful.
Headmare Twilight wear glasses?
Yona wondered aloud.
No, although it is actually something that I can picture quite easily,
Sandbar answered.
Because you think she's sexy,
Gallus teased.
Well, maybe.
Sandbar just shrugged his shoulders, giving Gallus a smirk as he did.
Well, quantum theory states that there are an infinite number of universes.
Encyclopedia Ocellus began.
So, I'm sure that there's at least one universe out there where she does wear glasses. Actually, if there are infinite universes, then there are also infinite universes where Headmare Twilight wear glasses, because infinite, and beyond comprehension.
Yona stated, and then she noticed everyone staring at her unbelievably.
What? How do you know such advanced terms like quantum mechanics?
Smolder asked.
What's so hard to understand about this? Yak best at everything.
Anyway, moving on,
Sandbar continued, drawing another white card.
As Princess Twilight said, the 6 elements of harmony are loyalty, kindness, honesty, laughter, generosity, and discrimination against males.
Rounding out the matriarchy, huh?
Gallus commented.
Hey, I'll take all princesses over some pony like Prince Blueblood any day, and I'm pretty sure that I speak for all of Equestria when I say that,
Sandbar responded.
And finally,
he continued as he drew the last white card.
As Princess Twilight said, the 6 elements of harmony are loyalty, kindness, honesty, laughter, generosity, and mind-blowing sex.
There was more laughter from that card, but not as much as the simple sexy card.
Okay, that one was good, but you know what? I think I'll go with sexy. Who had that one?
Sandbar spoke, holding up the black card for the prompt. There was suddenly a flash of green, and Ocellus transformed into a perfect copy of Hedmer Twilight.
My name is Twilight Sparkle, and I represent the element of sexy,
she said in a very alluring voice, giving the rest of the group a seductive look with bedroom eyes as she spoke. The group immediately lost it and broke out into another roar of laughter.
Okay, I will pay you 20 bits right now to go downstairs and do that to Starlight,
Gallus said through his laughter, wiping a tear from his eyes. Transforming back, Ocellus just shrugged nonchalantly.
Maybe later.
She then simply used her magic to float the black card for this round from Sandbar to herself. Next to her, Smolder noticed the changeling's unusually playful side.
Well, I think it's safe to say that Cards Against Equestria has had an effect on you.
She then smiled good-naturedly.
I like it.
On Ocellus' other side, Silverstream was tapping her claw to her beak as she was thinking about something.
You know, I was wondering, we used the Tree of Harmony's power when we fought against Cozy Glow, and since the elements of Harmony come from the Tree of Harmony, does that mean that we're now the new elements of Harmony? That's actually something I've thought about as well.
Ocellus spoke up.
First, Princess Celestia and Princess Luna used the elements, and then they later passed down that to Hedmer Twilight and her friends. Then, we were able to establish a connection to the elements using their power, but Hedmer Twilight and her friends are still connected to them. Of course, Princess Celestia and Princess Luna are also likely still connected to the elements, and it's just that they haven't had any reason or opportunity to use them lately, but we also don't know if it's because they can't use them anymore, because they have passed that down to Twilight and her friends. This is a topic that would require a lot of study and research, but of course the princesses are perhaps the only ponies who would know enough about the history and origins of the elements of harmony to be able to discuss them in that manner, and since they're princesses, you couldn't feasibly call them up on a moment's notice to—
Smolder suddenly snapped her fingers in front of Ocellus' face to get her attention.
Whoa, easy there, Encyclopedia Ocellus. Don't go wandering off on us in the middle of a game.
Ocellus suddenly snapped back to reality and realized that she was going off on a long tangent.
Oh, sorry.
She said with an embarrassing blush on her face.
There's the Ocellus that we know and love.
Smolder teased.
It's okay.
Sandbar replied.
Still though, if that's the case, I wonder which element we each represent.
He wondered aloud. The rest of the group then all started thinking to themselves about which element of harmony they may possibly represent.
Well, at least I know that Silverstream here is probably obviously laughter,
Smolder said, jerking her claw in the direction of the excitable hippogriff.
Ooh, is it because I'm pink like Professor Pinkie Pie?
Smolder raised her claw, about to respond, but she quickly decided not to.
Yeah, Silver, that's it. Because you're pink.
Silverstream then beamed brightly.
So, who are the elements of sexy between us?
Yona suddenly asked.
Gallus!
Silverstream blurted out, and then she immediately realized what she just said and suddenly found that every creature in the group was staring at her.
Gallus, it's your turn.
She stuttered.
We should really be getting back to the game.
Yeah, Gallus said, stuttering a bit as well, nervously scratching at the back of his head as he spoke. He then reached out, drew a black card, and read it out.
Son, take this from someone who's been around the block a few times. Nothing puts her in a mood like blank.
Silverstream got to selecting her card quickly, raising her hand up to use it to block the incoming stares from the rest of the group, as well as hide her blush. Gallus also did his best to look away as well. The other four merely exchanged knowing looks between themselves before they also started selecting their cards. Once every creature had selected their card, they passed them up to Gallus, who shuffled them first, a bit more nervously than usual, and began reading them out in quick succession.
Son, take it from someone who's been around the block a few times. Nothing puts her in a good mood like sitting on my face and telling me I'm garbage. Son, take it from someone who's been around the block a few times. Nothing puts her in a mood like everything. Son, take it from someone who's been around the block a few times. Nothing puts her in a mood like my red hot pecker.
The laughter from the group was steadily burning with each card, with Gallus and Silverstream also steadily becoming less nervous with each card.
Son, take it from someone who's been around the block a few times. Nothing puts her in a mood like a bit of string that keeps getting pulled away.
He then smirked to himself.
Do I even need to say it at this point?
Griffonstone, got it. Next card, please.
Smolder noted. Gallus just silently shrugged in affirmation and then read out the next card.
Son, take it from someone who's been around the block a few times. Nothing puts her in a mood like grunting for 10 minutes and then peeing sand.
The laughter was starting to die down, so Gallus made his decision.
I'll choose a bit on the string that keeps getting pulled away, and that's one way to always piss off a griffin.
Yes, Yona win!
The young yak then reached over and took the black card from Gallus as her point. She then reached forward and drew another black card from the pile.
Life for Buffalo was forever changed when ponies introduced them to blank.
The other students all got to selecting their cards, with several snickers coming from some of them, indicating that this would be a good round. Once every card has been handed in, Yona quickly shuffled them before drawing the first and reading it out.
Life for Buffalo was forever changed when ponies introduced them to homosexual agenda.
First card and the laughter was already high.
That does seem to be something I've noticed that ponies have in high amounts,
Smolder noted.
Well, our population is about 70% mares, so...
Sandbar replied. Smolder just silently nodded in reply. She then turned towards Yona and nodded at her to continue.
Life for Buffalo was forever changed when ponies introduced them to a unicorn mare who won't the buck up about... humans?
Yona raised her eyebrow in confusion.
What humans? Humans are a little known of species who... Remember to keep the lecture short this time, Encyclopedia Ocellus.
Smolder teased. Ocellus, however, just rolled her eyes with a playful smile on her face.
Never mind.
Yona continued.
Life for Buffalo was forever changed when ponies introduced them to being a slave to the capitalist system. Must crush capitalism. Arrgh.
Silverstream joked, which earned another wave of laughter from the group.
Life for Buffalo was forever changed when ponies introduced them to anal beads. Sounds like something that would change your life, alright.
Smolder commented.
What are anal beads?
Silverstream asked.
They're beads that go up your butt.
Smolder clarified.
Oh.
She drolled on, then she blinked.
Who would want that? I don't know, Silver. I just don't know.
She then turned towards Yona.
Next card, please. Life for Buffalo was forever changed when ponies introduced them to being sexually attracted to children.
There wasn't much laughter from the last card, so Yona then picked up the two white cards that she had just read out.
Yona trying to decide between homosexual agenda and being slave to capitalist system.
After a full minute of her trying to decide, moving her head back and forth between them, with the other 5 students simply waiting in silence for her to decide, she finally had one.
Yona choose homosexual agenda. That's me.
Ocellus responded, as Yona passed her the black card for her point.
And before any creature asks,
Gallus spoke up.
That other card was mine, not Smolder's.
Eat me.
The dragoness deadpanned.
You really gotta stop saying that, Smolder. I already told you, I'm not interested.
There was another small round of laughter from the group, while Silverstream instead lifted her cards up to her face to hide her smile and a faint blush again.
Okay, well, now it's my turn as card princess.
Smolder spoke up with a roll of her eyes, drawing the next black card.
Daring Do. She's the mayor with blank.
The other students quickly selected their cards and passed them to Smolder to read out.
Daring Do. She's the mayor with a fuck ton of votes.
The first card was a simple card with simple, crude language with not much to comment on, but it got a lot of laughs.
Daring Do. She's the mayor with thoughts and prayers. I kinda like the rhyme.
Silverstream giggled adorably.
Daring Do. She's the mayor with hydraulic legs.
Smolder cracked a smile.
Well, that would explain how she does all those crazy stunts.
It's just a book, Smolder. It's not real.
Gallus interjected.
Eat me. Never mind.
She then drew the next card.
Daring Do. She's the mayor with an older stallion. Oh, you mean like her and Caballeron?
Silverstream wondered.
Just like an Ocellus fanfiction.
That statement immediately caused the whole room to blank and silently turn towards Ocellus in unison.
Ocellus what?
Yona asked.
Nothing, it's just... move on, please.
The changeling begged as she waved her hooves about frantically with her cheeks burning bright red with embarrassment.
Okay, I'll file that away for later. Although, it kinda says a lot about you if that's what gets you embarrassed after everything else that's been said. Also, you write shipfics. That explains a lot.
Smolder said with a smirk, discreetly looking between Gallus and Silverstream as she did. Meanwhile, Ocellus buried her face in her hooves.
And finally,
Smolder began again, drawing the final white card. However, as soon as she caught a glimpse of what it said, she immediately burst out laughing, bringing her claw to her mouth to try and contain it. She then spent the next few seconds trying to compose herself so that she could read the whole thing out loud in one go.
daring do. She's the mare with every man's ultimate fantasy, a perfectly cylindrical vagina.
The other students all had the same reaction, breaking out into laughter immediately, even Ocellus, who took in just a little bit longer due to her previous embarrassment.
Okay, this round's winner is no surprise. Who had a perfectly cylindrical vagina?
Smolder asked, holding up the black card for this prompt.
I do.
Silverstream replied with a smile.
Well then, you're gonna make some lucky guy very happy one day, but as to this game, here's your point.
The Dragoness responded, passing her the card. While Silverstream simply happily accepted her card, Smolder threw a knowing grin towards Gallus, who then just blushed in embarrassment.
Okay, Ocellus, your turn.
She followed up with elbowing the changeling next to her.
Alright.
Ocellus began, drawing a black card, her embarrassment having faded by now.
What's that smell?
The others got to selecting their cards and passed them to Ocellus rather quickly. She then gave them a quick shuffle using her magic, and then raised the first one up to her face and read it out loud.
What's that smell? Dead birds everywhere.
So, we're back in Griffonstone.
Gallus deadpanned. The whole group immediately lost it, falling into a cacophony of laughter.
Oh my gosh.
Ocellus gawked through her laughter.
I regret nothing.
Gallus exclaimed. Ocellus quickly drew the next card.
What's that smell? A lettuce sandwich topped with ketchup, cheese, and a beef patty.
Smolder started licking her lips.
That sounds good. I can really go for a burger right now. Gems, meats, and vegetables. So, what, you're an omnivore now?
Ocellus wondered.
Yeah, pretty much.
Smolder responded flatly. She then took another bite of one of her snacking gems.
Coming from the creature who literally eats emotions.
Ocellus merely responded with an eye roll.
What's that smell? Onions.
There really wasn't much of a reaction to that card, so Ocellus just drew the next one.
What's that smell? All manners of horrors.
There again wasn't much of a reaction, so she drew the final card, and she immediately winced when she read it, but after 9 rounds of this, it was only just a little bit, showing how far she's come with dealing with things like this, and, like Smolder said earlier, where her priorities lie in terms of embarrassments.
What's that smell? An asshole that's had a lot of dicks in it.
She stated flatly, maintaining a straight face throughout. The rest of the students had the opposite reaction and erupted in laughter.
Okay, that last card was good and it fits well in the spirit of the game.
Ocellus continued.
But purely for Gallus's comment, I'll pick dead birds everywhere.
Right here.
Gallus raised his claw as she floated the black card over to him. On her opposite side, however, Smolder crossed her arms and gave her a look.
You did that on purpose, didn't you?
She spoke eerily quietly.
I swear I didn't.
Ocellus defended herself.
It's the cards.
Smolder just grumbled in response.
Well then, the universe is doing it on purpose.
Yeah, probably.
Gallus answered with a wave of his talon. The Dragoness turned towards the Griffin on her right, and after holding a stare for several seconds, simply said,
I'm not even gonna dignify that with a response this time. You just kinda did.
Silverstream pointed out.
Oh, good one.
Gallus told her, almost on reflex, as he almost immediately started blushing, though he didn't seem to notice that he was himself.
Thanks.
Silverstream replied, also with a blush on her face from being praised by Gallus. The Hippogriff then took her turn and drew the last black card of the round.
I'm sorry, Professor, but I couldn't complete my homework because of blank.
Smolder grinned.
Every creature, take notes. Some of these could come in handy for us in the future. You're right about that one.
Silverstream giggled.
I guess these cards could be used as excuses. In that case, I want each of you to read out your own cards. The card princess has spoken.
She spoke in her usual decree manner. Everyone then started selecting their card for the final prompt of the round.
Well, since we won't have to hand up our cards this time, we'll just go in the order that we're ready. I'll go first.
Sandbar began.
I'm sorry, Professor, but I couldn't complete my homework because of blue smoke from my anus.
There was a moderate amount of laughter from Sandbar's card.
Well, that's probably something that you could get out of your homework for,
Gallus commented. He then lifted up his own card so that he could read it out loud.
I'm sorry, Professor, but I couldn't complete my homework because of being too old for this shit.
There was again a decent amount of laughter for Gallus's card.
Yona next.
Yona shouted out excitedly, having chosen her card.
Yona sorry, Professor, but she couldn't complete her homework because of a hilarious forgetting disease known as Alzheimer's.
Yona's card got the most laughter yet.
Yeah, that could also be a good way to get out of homework, if you can prove that you actually had Alzheimer's, that is.
Smolder commented.
I didn't really have any good cards for this prompt, so...
She began.
I'm sorry, Professor, but I couldn't complete my homework because of emotions.
As the Dragoness predicted, there wasn't much laughter for her card, but she didn't really mind it.
It's actually not bad, exactly.
Ocellus told her. She then read out her own card.
I'm sorry, Professor, but I couldn't complete my homework because of slowly being poisoned.
There was again a decent amount of laughter from Ocellus's card, though the laughter was mostly starting to die down now with the end of the round.
I'll go with the Alzheimer's card. Yes! Yona win again!
The excitable young yak interrupted, quickly snatching the black card for her point from the Hippogriff's claw.
Well, that's 9 out of 10 rounds down now,
Sandbar began.
So, should we take one last break before the final round, or should we keep going? We're coming up on the end of the game. Let's not lose any momentum now,
Gallus replied.
Yona agree. Let's keep going.
The other three also nodded in agreement to go straight into the next round.
Well, alright then.
Sandbar smiled, drawing the first black card of the final round. While Sandbar was drawing the black card, Gallus threw a smug look towards Smolder.
Well, for all of your talk at the start of the round, you weren't able to score. I guess luck wasn't on your side after all.
She immediately stopped herself and then just let out a sigh.
I need a new comeback. Yes, you do.
Silverstream told her, completely serious. The scoreboard is Sandbar 8, Gallus 9, Yona 10, Smolder 6, Ocellus 11, Silverstream 10.